call it Paul's Club. Last night I couldn't sleep, mostly because my apartment is above Taco Bell. Jolie, this girl I know, claims she can smell the meat at all times, but in general, she's a liar, and I can't smell it, so that's that. At some point in the early morning, after I had probably fallen asleep, when I was probably having some sort of beautiful dream, I felt this weight on me. It was Jolie. I opened my mouth, and she clamped her hand over it and dangled her hair on my chest. I started to protest, but it came out muffled. She thought I was moaning. She pulled up her skirt, pulled off my boxers, and was on top of me before I knew it. Damn, that girl. In my half-asleep, ear-plugged state, everything had a slow, muted, underwater feel. But my heart was also racing like mad because I'd just been scared half to death. Can I be your girlfriend now? She said. No. What's wrong with you? Nothing, I said. The truth was, I wanted to tell her that I was worried about Paul, my best friend, and the owner of the bar where we worked, Paul's Club. But then she'd be all bright-eyed and rubbing my chest while I talked and stuff, saying affirmative things, trying to make me feel better. It probably would have worked, but I didn't need that. She's been asking to be my girlfriend since we met 5 months ago at the bar. No girl's ever just straight up asked me like that, much less over and over. To boot, she pretends she is my girlfriend, so lots of people, particularly at the bar, think she is. Tracy, our cocktail, is always giving me the eye when she sees me flirt with other girls, which is getting more and more difficult, since Jolie is always there. Jake, our barman, always gives her tips for bottles when I'm not looking, which is weird, because in general, he's a sissy, but I guess she brings certain things out of people. And Paul, well, Paul made the mistake of starting to let her in the bar in the first place. I still haven't figured that one out. She told me she was a junior, and I saw her license once. She's really only a freshman at W. And sometimes I picture her out there in that big, crawling canvas and wonder how she does it. I picture her crying on park benches as the students pass by her like militaries. Sometimes there are so many people out there, I don't know how anyone survives. This used to be a small town. I still know her birthday, but last year, only just last year, she was in high school. She was 18, she's still pretty. If I had more guy friends, I'm sure they'd think that's hot, but it makes me feel like a terrible person. Sometimes she trembles in my arms at night, and I know she's been through bad things, but I don't ask. She's not even very thin, but I swear to God, those crushing winter lake winds blow right through her skin like she's not even there. She's so cold all the time, her lips change color. She used to come to the bar without a coat on, until Paul told her he wouldn't let her in without one. Sometimes he'd give her his if she refused to go home. She's one of those girls you just want to ask, where do you come from? She's not like any of the Midwestern girls I know, with their simple sweaters and voices that turn up in the ends. And I wouldn't call her cute, nor would I call her ugly, but something in the middle, some word I've never heard but know must exist. She likes to wear a million stranded pearls. She douses her chest with them, wraps her body in lacy things, and steps out into air so cold you could poke the breath above her face. She traipses to the bar in heels, picks her way delicately around black ice. Sometimes she sings songs. The homeless people on the street call up to her. They ask her for kisses, and sometimes she'll oblige. When Paul sees her, he just steps aside and lets her in, like she's some sort of celebrity. The thing is, it's the only bar on State Street that college kids can't get into, and the only one they want to, and she's the only one he lets in. Paul's seen every fake in the book. He used to make them back in the day, $75 a pop. Jolie didn't even bother with a fake ID. She'd just show up, expectant. Sometimes she'd pretend to faint on the sidewalk in front of him. He'd have to bend down, pick her up, and carry her inside. Then she'd bow her eyelashes and buy him drinks. He's in AA, I'd have to tell her, over and over again. So she would drink them instead. It's so cliche, she'd say, bouncers and alcoholic. I didn't tell her that he's really the owner. It's surprising how few people put two and two together. But she's there every night now, and there's nothing we can do about it. People complain, wouldn't you? But Paul doesn't care. Especially now on this night, which otherwise was just like all other nights, except he told us he was going to die soon. I looked up from the bar, which I was wiping. It was late, past close. Jolie got up from the couch in the corner and rested her head gingerly on Paul's big shoulder. His eyelids fluttered and his back stiffened a little. It was imperceptible to anyone but me. He looked down at Jolie, his face pink, and I realized it then and there. He loved her. How had I not noticed it before? You should have a drink, Jolie said. Paul doesn't drink because of his pops, Tracy said. No, he doesn't drink because he doesn't drink, I said. Yes, I know, Tracy said. I was there. I've been there too. The night at the bar like all others. After the crowds had left, Tracy, Paul, and I, sitting around, shooting the shit, talking about love the way passing around a bottle of whiskey will eventually make you do, in heavy, soft syllables. Tracy's was a boy back in high school, a boy named Damon, who she never even slept with. Jake's was his wife, which made us laugh. Mine was Rebecca, a girl with honey hair and near black eyes, who was my older brother's girlfriend. She fell for me too, or so it seemed, and we ran off together, here to Madison, leaving my brother and Fitz and my friends in shock, and me, young and stupid me, in belief I'd done the right thing, the only thing. She left me a month later. And Paul's? Well, Paul's was whiskey. That's what he'd said us all along anyway. We knew he was lying. There was a sorrow behind those words that none of us ever touched. Because what do you say? That night he was quieter than ever. He drank no questions, probed for no answers. He drank and drank. The night urged on. Tracy finally touched him, put her hand on his knee. You ever been in love, my love? She said. And he said no. But I bet it's like the stars in the sky, he said. Jake laughed, called him a crazy fool. Tracy smiled and said he was right. I thought about how if there's anyone who deserved to be in love, it was Paul. Just one, Julie said now. I want to see you drink. I slapped her in the face. Just a little, a love tap, if you will. Her eyes smarted. But Paul slapped me back, so there wasn't much I could do to comfort her. It stung so bad it itched. I picked up the bottle and held it to my face. He took it from my hands, Jim beamed, and it was warm, and put it to his lips. Outside it snowed, that wet, messy snow, the kind of before in the space as a kid.